Police are trying to get to the bottom of this. Several men in black out on the roads at night, sometimes stepping right out in front of cars.
Reports of 1 and 2, but for the most part, it's 3.
3 similar-looking men are observed to move in a synchronized fashion.
It's usually 2 or 3 men together. Usually they're dressed in similar clothes, usually black.
According to witnesses, men dressed in black trench coats and capes have been standing beside roadways and parks at night.
But each one of them had the same jerky movement when they were walking.
Somehow I lost like 5.5, 6 hours.
I see 3 men all walking in step.
As if the witness was looking at a mirror image.
And they were walking down the street side by side, like in unison.
The 3 dark figures.
I saw these 3 thieves.
I'm pretty sure it was 3 or 4 men standing in unison.
Within 5 seconds of looking at them, they saw me.
This incident seems very reminiscent of the Mirrored Men phenomenon.
Mirrored Men.
Derek Hayes over at Monsters Among Us podcast has spent years detailing cases involving strange shadowy figures that move in unison.
Have you ever heard of a phenomena called mirrored men?
Mirrored Men?
It's somehow, somewhere, lost about 3 or 4 hours.
The Mirrored Men is a term coined by Hayes to describe a relatively new phenomenon.
Been paying more attention to the mirrored men the more and more I hear.
The Mirrored Men.
The Mirrored Men.
He has nicknamed them the Mirror Men.
I know Mirrored Men.
Mirrored Men.
That Mirrored Men story I've been hearing so much about.
I had never had an encounter with mirrored men until about 8 months ago.
And they call them mirrored men because their movements mirror one another.
I never knew mirrored men existed.
You guys were talking about a phenomenon called mirrored men.
Mirrored men.
Our famous Mirrored Men. A little bit more popular than I originally thought they were.
The Mirrored Men.
If you ever see 3 men moving in a funny sort of way, all the same.
Spoken about so often on Derek Hayes' Monsters Among Us podcast.
Look away and walk away, calm as you can. Look away and walk away, calm as you can. Look away and walk away, calm as you can. Calm as you can. Look away and walk away, calm as you can. Look away and walk away, calm as you can. Look away and walk away. When I was a young man, my father used to tell me, if you ever see 3 men moving in a funny sort of way, all the same. Look away and walk away, calm as you can. Look away and walk away, calm as you can.